is waiting in the wings, an independent tech expert and a familiar face. Stephanie, good to see you. Let's start with this particular story first of all. This all has something to do with the stealing, allegedly, of a robot?
Yeah, so this is about a lawsuit that had been filed in the United States a few years ago in 2014 by T-Mobile about a partnership that it had with Huawei, which was providing its handsets, and they were accusing some Huawei engineers of stealing their TAPI robotic system, which is like literally a finger that's used to test the smartphone screens.
Right. But because they had a civil suit, as you say, but a Huawei worker actually, didn't he admit? He said, yes, I took it because it would help Huawei's R&D, research and development department.
Yeah, and that's really the sort of question here is why is something that has already been adjudicated as a civil case, and Huawei was ordered to pay T-Mobile $4.8 million in 2017. Right. Now it's being picked up and escalated by the Department of Justice, along with other US companies, on this allegation that Huawei is in fact stealing their property. Wow.
Can I ask you this? It does seem like at the moment we're seeing this global coordinated efforts, if you will. I mean, so we've had Huawei's the founder's daughter, the money chief, if you will, of the company. She was arrested in Canada. She's there on bail. We had a Huawei worker in Poland recently arrested. We've got certain countries blocking Huawei's 5G infrastructure. It seems like it's all of a come fairly suddenly, if you will. I'm just wondering, is it to do with the trade war?
Well, the trade war is sort of the geopolitical backdrop. So that's between the United States and China. And then there's three things that you've just raised. Is Huawei violating US sanctions against Iran? So that's why they've arrested Huawei's CFO, and she's on bail in Canada right now. The second is Huawei involved in espionage? Right now, the only case that's pending about that is going to be what's happening in Poland, right? So they've just had a Huawei employee arrested, and Huawei fired that employee. So that was just the past couple of weeks. Right. Then we've got this third point, which is Huawei stealing intellectual property from other companies? Right, and that's a long-standing complaint that relates back to the U.S.-China trade war. That's one of the things that President Donald Trump has made as part of his sort of flagship complaints against China, is you're stealing U.S. IP.
Can I ask you this? We're getting close to our time up. You say this is all about 5G, right? 5G is the next thing, the next big thing. And we say, no doubt, let's be frank, Huawei is very much in the lead with this sort of technology. I'm wondering, is the West just a little bit, we don't want a Chinese company to lead, to have such dominance in this future technology?
Right, so in cybersecurity, you are only as strong as your weakest link, okay? So 5G is 10 times faster than the telecommunications infrastructure that we are all using now. Right. As soon as 5G comes online, whoever owns that, whoever controls that and dominates that technology is going to dominate smart cities, smart homes, smart offices, everything's smart, and all of that data. So if you think that someone in your data sharing network is sending your data back to Beijing, you've got a problem. So you can't have it where the United States doesn't use Huawei, but its ally Germany does. Yeah. Anyone that the United States is sharing data with, if it's going to Beijing, that's the weak link. That's why the United States is pressuring all of its allies to basically block Huawei.
Okay. Steph, always a pleasure. We appreciate it. The Huawei story is going to keep rumbling, so no doubt we'll speak to you again soon. Stephanie Hare.